Yo, DragooX is back and welcome to a new video here on my channel, guys. And today I want to showcase my new Sorcerer subclass build. And before I do this, I want to say a big thanks to everyone. I dropped out of nowhere a small The Elder Scrolls Online short video and it got so much support from you. And I didn't expect that. I was a long time inactive on my channel overall, and the last The Elder Scrolls Online video, I don't know, it was 8 or 9 months ago, something like that. So I didn't expect so much support. When I record this video here now, we have the short online like 1.5 days, and it got already over 4K views, and this is crazy, guys. Insane support. I didn't expect that, especially because I was so long not active. Thanks to everyone that watched it. But now we take a look onto the Sorcerer build. Here I tried to make a build that is playstyle-wise nearly the same like the old Sorcerer build. We still have the 2 shields for stacking, we still have the streak, we still have the range attacks. I just changed, we don't have the dark D anymore, I have rigor for the healing now, and I have the assassination tree from the Nightblade equipped. You guys can see unbuff, we have already nearly 42k maximum magicka, and this is crazy for the damage and the shields. With Death Dealer active, we get some more on top of it. I show also a picture here now of the fully buff stats so you guys can see it. And the recovery is also higher now because we need more. We don't have Dark Deal for the magicka, so we need more magicka recovery, and we get this with Roxar, for example. This helps us pretty well. We don't need Barlock here in this build. I'm using Incaptor most of the time, or you can also use Stormbreaker, or when you play Druid you can use the Druid ultimate. But on Sorcerer, and also with the skill trees that we have equipped here now, we have no passive that gives us ulti regen, so we don't get so fast on 500 ultimate that we charge ultimate points and use it for the full Barlock proc. So we can easy play Roxar here without not losing so much damage, but it helps a lot with the sustain here. The Mundus that I'm using is the lava one for the penetration. I'm a Breton, yeah, the Breton is for magicka recovery also very good, and also for the cost reduction that you have there, and defense wise it's also very strong. The buff that I'm using increase maximum health and maximum magicka. It's called Arteum Fishbowl, it's a purple one, this one here, and when you play race that don't gives you magicka recovery, maybe you have to use a food that gives you some extra recovery. There's a golden one also, but I think also a purple one that gives maximum health, magicka and recovery. You lose a bit health and magicka, then maybe you have to, yeah, maybe you play race that gives you health, for example, then you don't have health issues. It depends a bit, you have to adjust the points how you need it, that you have at least like 26k health here, but you can also play a bit more if you want. Then your shields get weaker, you lose some maximum magicka, but you have some more health. This can save you from some one-shots when you're not shielded. Okay, now we take a look onto the champion points quick, and here we go into the blue ones, and I'm going with Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, Ironclad, Duelist Rebuff, and in the red ones I'm going with Fortified, Pain's Refuge, Bastion and Shieldmaster. I equipped Shieldmaster here because it decreases the costs of our damage shield abilities. With this patch they increase the cost of this mage guild skill. It costs now like 1k extra magicka, but with this passive and Breton and everything we can drop down the cost of that skill to 3280, and this is okay. And the normal shield costs 3.4k, so we can still easy stack both of the shields without going out of magicka. Okay, now we take a look onto the gear sets that I'm using here, and on the front bar I'm going with a lightning staff of the Oakfather set. This set I used before already in the other build months ago, and it's still one of the best sets in the game. It gives us tons of weapon and spell damage and extra pen and spell damage for every major buff and minor buff that the enemy have, and they all have tons of buffs, so we get a lot of pen, a lot of weapon damage with this set, and this is a great set for simply base damage. No proc, simply base damage. I'm going here with a sharpened lightning staff for the extra 12% direct damage with a shock enchantment. You can also play dual wield when you want to use the dual wield ultimate. It's also really strong. It depends whatever you like more. For AoE, the dual wield ultimate can be very helpful, and together with the spec bow, the combination with the damage increase that you get with the dual wield ultimate and then shooting a spec bow can also hit like a truck. With the lightning stuff you have a bit more single target focus damage, and the light attacks are from range, so it depends whatever you like more. Okay, on the back bar I'm going with Ice Staff of Wretched Vitality, defending with a weapon damage enchantment. Wretched Vitality, I don't have to say something to the set, gives us tons of recovery when we are buffed. The monster set I'm using is Roxar, also for extra recovery, so we have a lot of recovery. This helps us also. We can do a lot of dodge rolls because we have also a decent amount of stam rack. Impen, a heavy head here with a maximum magicka and enchantment. I'm going on all my gear with a maximum magicka enchantment. You can also play here a bit when you play other race or you want more health or more stam as well. Then put Tri-Stat on. Do whatever you like, but with more magicka you have stronger shields, more damage. So it makes you also tankier, but you have to be shielded. Yeah, this is very important. You have to be shielded and then you can play full maximum magicka. Impen, I use 6 pieces impen, and on the chest that I'm using here is a heavy one. I play reinforced. It's the trainee one for more maximum health. Shoulder, Rockstar, medium, impen. Oakfather belt. Oakfather is a light armor set, so I'm using here the belt. And the hands, Wretched Vitality legs in heavy. I'm going with 3 heavy, 1 medium and 3 light. Yeah, the Wretched Vitality shoes here are also in light. Jewelry, Oakfather necklace, Wretched Vitality ring, Oakfather necklace here. I'm going arcane as well for more maximum magicka. And I put on all the pieces a weapon and spell damage enchantment. The mythic, for sure, Death Dealer, for shield stacking, still the best, because we need a high amount of maximum magicka and it helps us to don't get too low from the health. This helps you to don't get one-shotted directly, but you have to be careful still. And this is why you maybe also can play with more health if you want that you survive something when you're not shielded with nearly 30k. I'm a bit under 30k. It can happen when you get like a 20k spec bow or something, when they play full high damage or gankers on you and you're not shielded, that they one-shot you. This happens then, yeah, this is the weakness of a sorcerer with shield stacking. But when you're shielded, you're very, very tanky because they have struggled to break the shield. It's still the same amount. The shield strength is still the same. Nerf nothing, they just removed the healing. But the shield strength is still the same and it's hard to break it when you stack it up. Now we take a look onto the skills, and here we start on the front bar with Inner Light for the major crit buff and more maximum magicka. Streak for sure, our stun, AoE stun, our mobility skill. The Hardened Ward, our main shield. The Merciless Resolve, the spec bow, it's insane damage what the skill does, and it heals you. This helps you also, like I said, we have Rigor on the back bar. We don't have the heal on the shield, so you have a passive heal here while you're shielded to heal a bit up under your shield with the spec bow as well. Shocking Soul, this is a scribing skill. I put shock damage on it. I put the Class Mastery on it for 2k extra shock damage there, and the Major Breach. So we have a source of Major Breach here. In cap, best single target ultimate, but like I said, you can also play DB, or when you play dual wield, you can use the dual wield ultimate. But in cap, with spec bow and all the single target skills that we use here, it's a very strong ultimate and definitely a cheap one as well, so you can use it very often. And yeah, this is why I'm playing in cap now. Assassination tree overall gives us, yeah, let's talk about this a bit. The assassination tree that I equipped here in the subclass gives us a lot of crit chance with the passives and extra crit damage. And normally in the build we don't had so much crit. I didn't talk about the crit numbers, but unbuffed, or only with the major buff from the Inner Light, we are on 38. And when we buff up with the passive, with the extra, the minor buff for crit, we have 44% crit chance without using any crit set, just passive. And our crit damage shouldn't be so high, 12% here, but we take it. We take the extra crit chance, a bit extra crit damage on top of all the pen we have, on top of all the weapon spell damage and maximum magicka damage we get here. So this works pretty well and is another source of damage when we crit. It's extra damage. Yeah. And backbar, I played Ice Commit. It's an ultimate for AoE. Works pretty well. You can also do some combos with it. You can also slot whatever you want here. Depends what you like. But the Meteor on backbar gives you also a bit from the Mage Guild passive, a bit extra maximum magicka, and I think also a bit recovery. Oh no, it's only maximum magicka. Oh no, it's here also recovery, 2% magicka and 2% recovery. So this helps you passive a bit on the backbar. It's not a big deal, but it helps you a bit. And it's like I say, the great ultimate for AoE, so when you play in a group, you have in-cap on front bar for single target, and on backbar the Ice Commit. It's a bit expensive, this is the only weakness, like I said already. With the class skills that we are using, we have no passive here that gives us ulti regen, So this is why 170 is sometimes a bit harder to get. So your teammates maybe have their ultimates faster ready than you when they save it a bit more when they play Barlock, and then you say when you have it ready and then you can drop it. But yeah, this is only for AoE when you want to time your ultimates with your teammates. The Meteor can be nice. Hurricane, defense skill and gives us movement speed. I said already, the mage guild skill here, the second shield that we stack up. And it gives us, with the signature that I have equipped here, 8% damage reduction as well. And it's also our source of major brutality. Rigor. I'm not the big fan of Rigor, because normally, yeah, we are shielded and everything. But we need a heal sometimes under the shield. Yeah, when they break our shield and you have no healing skill equipped. We have to spec bow a bit, yeah, okay, but we can't use it when we go defense so easily. So this is why Rigor is simply the skill that heals us up when we are low and we shield and we put one Rigor and then we heal a bit up under the shield. Works pretty well, but I wish there would be like maybe another skill that I could use, but Rigor, I mean, Rigor is never wrong, I guess. Hunting Curse, another skill that we can time, another burst skill, a bit AoE. Simply time the skill with your spec bow, time the skill with your ultimate and the bound Aegis for extra maximum magicka as well, 8%, minor protection, and the minor resistance buff. Yeah, these are the skills that I'm using here in this build. And guys, this is the build overall. And when you have questions to this build, feel free to ask me in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again for the great support, and we see us in the next video. Have a nice day and bye bye. I forgot something to say, because I know a lot of people asked for this. The action bar that I'm using. We have add-ons now on console, and I think some people want to know how I have the settings, because some people messaged me already private and asked for help with this. And I think I just show you my settings here, and then you can scroll down slowly and then you can just copy it or look how I have it when you have completely trouble with this. But remember, it depends also with your custom scale settings that you have here. So depends how you have this. You have to maybe move the size of the bars different than me. Yeah, it depends on your custom scale, on your screen also, how you like it, whatever. These are, by the way, my HDR settings. A lot of people ask for this as well. But this is also very different from your screen. When you have a different screen, you maybe have to get the settings different. You can try like I have it, but maybe you have to change it. This is just for the people that are interested in things like this. And now I show you quick the add-on, the fancy action bar here, and I scroll down. Okay guys, these are the action bar skills. When it's too fast for you, you can also click on YouTube there and put slow motion on it. Yeah, make the half of the beat, and then you can maybe watch it slower as well. Yeah, you guys can see I tried something here with minor resolve. I tried to remove this effect from the bar. When you look down there, you see the 20 seconds. This is minor resolve, and normally I want to see the 5 seconds of rigor there in the timer. I tried a bit around, but I didn't find a solution for this. Maybe when you know it, how I changed that when I use rigor, that it's not showing up 20 seconds. It should show the 5 seconds of the rigor healing, not the minor resolve, because this one is, especially here on the Sorc, not important. We have the minor resolve passive the full time. We don't need the 20-second timer there. When you know this, then please let me know in the comments, and I think for other people it would be also interesting. Maybe it don't work with the fancy action bar, maybe we need another add-on for console first. For the PC players, I think this is not important, you guys have this for years, but for console players this is something new, we have finally add-ons. And yeah, maybe you know how I can change this. Okay guys, now finally I'm out and we see us in the next video. If you have still questions or something, ask me, and goodbye.